AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Patriots Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, and Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to high school basketball tonight on 97.7 WLE and streaming live on YRP TV. It is Bobcat basketball. Bill Kafuri, John Valentine to open the season, 23-24 Little Lifter. Long transition. Last time we were together, football season, and that seemed like that was a year ago.
It did seem like a long time ago. State final football games are today. A lot of them are wrapping up today, so we got to watch a little bit of those. But now it's basketball season in Guernsey County.
It is. Bobcat JV's got things started on the right foot with a W in the opener tonight. And talking to Coach Pertussit in the pregame, he's very confident and likes the way things are going, although the preseason for the Bobcats included some bad news. One of his top returning players, sophomore Garrett Carpenter, who led the Bobcats as their quarterback in football, injured late in the season there, an injury that they thought was going to be, therapy-wise be able to recover from, a couple weeks ago, find out, no, it's going to require surgery at this point and a knee injury that's going to keep him out for the entire season. That's not what you want to hear just before you're getting ready to kick off the season. No,
definitely not, because he is really the jack of all trades. He can handle the ball, he can play a little defense, he certainly can shoot it, and he can get up and down the floor. So that's really going to hurt the Cats this year, with him and Barnett coming back, running the show from out front. That really would free up a lot of play inside for the Cats, but it is what it is. Injuries happen. You got to find somebody else to step up.
Yeah, Josiah Barnett, you alluded to him. He's really the top returning player for the Bobcats. He did a little bit of all those things as well, and he's going to bear a lot of the weight on his shoulders to make sure this team has some success this year. Certainly would have been nice to have Garrett, but that's just a dream at this point, and maybe next year those guys can join forces. But right now it's going to be Josiah's to kind of handle what's going on out front. He's going to handle the ball most of the time. He's going to be the focal point of the offense, and he's going to have to find a way to get other guys involved.
And he's going to have to find ways to get open, too, because and somebody else is going to have to step up to get him those opportunities. He can't do everything. So the Cats are definitely going to have somebody to step up. And they've got some able bodies. They have a couple seniors who, one didn't get to play a lot last year in Reagan Rogers because of an early injury. Finished out the season, but Devin Ogle, another senior, who really had a pretty impressive season last year. Not necessarily, what definitive basketball player you would think, but obviously he's an athlete. We know that from the football field, and he certainly can be beneficial. And then they also have a transfer from Buckeye Trail. Riley Homko gets an opportunity to show what he can do too. So they've got some guys that can step up. Senior Braden Gregg as well. Braden played and started a lot of games last year. So they've got some compliments, but somebody's definitely going to have to take that next step, and it's going to have to be a big one to be able to replace Carpenter.
You mentioned Bradley Homko Green. He's going to get the start tonight, and 6'1", Cats aren't big, and 6'1", 6'2", is going to be really where they're at.
That's going to be big.
That's big for them. And,
right.
And he played football, played some defensive end for the Cats this year, so he's going to be one of those guys that maybe brings a little bit of that more physical force into the game tonight. You talk a little bit about Devin Ogle. He's going to give the Cats some of that, and he is one of the top football players on the team. He plays with that kind of football mentality, even in basketball, banging and running the floor and getting a lot of garbage points. So the Cats are going to rely on him. But they have some skill guys on the outside. Braden Gregg, 6'3" junior, can shoot the long ball, is pretty quick and can get up and down the floor a little bit, and I think that's what Coach Pertussit really wants to see, guys that can run the floor a little bit, and you're going to see a lot more of that.
Yeah, a couple of things that the Cats are going to have to improve upon from last year's team is one, they got in a hole early with not real stellar free throw shooting. So Cats need to get their feet wet from the free throw line on a good note and build upon that. And then the three-point shooting was an issue for him last year too. So this year, again, with a couple of those names that you mentioned, that percentage hopefully will climb up, but certainly the free throw percentage will do it too. And you mentioned the size. Look, man, your biggest guy might be 6'2". You're going to have to be able to play inside to be able to clean up some rebounds.
Yep.
So play bigger than you are, which, you don't have to be a big guy to be able to rebound the ball and play good defense. So it's about discipline, and it's about technique, and it's about hustle, quite frankly. So Cats are going to have to certainly improve in that area as well.
You mentioned free throw shooting a year ago. The Cats shot 53% on those freebies. Not very good, and only 31% outside the three-point arc. That led them to a 4-19 season a year ago. On the flip side of that, West Muskingum enjoyed a great year a year ago. 20-5, deep playoff run, got to the district semifinals, I think, and lost a lot of those guys to graduation. So, believe it or not, Cambridge might be the most experienced team here tonight.
They might be the favored team tonight, coming off a 4-win season. You're right. West Dem has had two really good back-to-back seasons, but last year, 20-5, bowing out in the district semis to the number 1 seed in Malvern. Close game, too. They lost 4 senior starters from last year, and a 5th starter decided not to play basketball this year. So they are going to be brand new and fresh in the starting lineup, and not just the starting lineup, but the bench as well, because there's not a lot of experience on that bench. They averaged 54 points a game last year. 48 of it came from those 5 starters last year. So they didn't get a lot of contributions from the bench. So, they're starting 2 freshmen tonight, 2 sophomores tonight. So, they've got a lot of young guys, and they're going to have to certainly grow and grow quickly as the season goes.
Bobcats starting lineup looks like this. Josiah Barnett, 5'10", junior. Braden Gregg at 6'3" and a senior. Reagan Rogers, a 6-foot senior. Rylan Matthews, 6'1" sophomore. Riley Homko Green, a 6'1" junior. For the Tornadoes, Cade Porter, 5'11" sophomore. Kyle Porter, 6-foot sophomore. Connor Hill, a 5'11" junior. Taven Bennett, 6'1" sophomore. And Carter Smith, a 6'1" freshman. A lot of youth there. And, of course, anytime and for a lot of those guys probably playing freshman or JV ball a year ago, you stepping up and playing at the varsity level, the game gets quicker real fast.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go with that, is the quickness is going to be the biggest issue for them to be able to catch up to. And that's something that Cambridge, with enough experience coming back, should be able to exploit that early, get up and down the floor as best they can to try to put that pressure on the younger guys on the other side of the floor and try to catch them off guard. But the speed of the game, certainly West Dem's going to have to adjust, because it is much different from the JV to the varsity level.
If you're watching us on the streaming side, you might notice the Bobcats warm-up shirts out there with the name on the back of it, Maximo. And in homage to a former Bobcat that passed away in this last year, and Cliff Maximo, and thought that would be a nice way to remember him.
Yeah, well, and the Maximo name is certainly pretty popular in Cambridge basketball lore for sure, but Cliff was certainly a good dude and wore that jersey very well for the Cats.
Bobcats and the Tornadoes here at Gene Ford Court at Cambridge High School. Opening tip-off going to come back here in just a couple of minutes. We'll have that and talk about some changes to the rules as well, as some of you might not know that took place over the offseason. We'll be back with more on 97.7 and YRP TV right after this.
With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com. Each year, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative provides an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 students to attend the Washington, D.C. Youth Tour coordinated by Ohio's electric cooperatives. Applicants must be a high school sophomore or junior and the child or legal ward of a Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative member at the time of selection. For a complete list of qualifications or to apply, visit gmenergy.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge. .7 on your FM dial.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121. And follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, Bobcats hosting the Tornadoes in this year's Little Lifter. Bill Kafuri, John Valentine, Hayden Francis on camera tonight, and Jaron Aber, our on-site producer-director. Introductions taking place for the Tornadoes. Cade and Kyle Porter, Connor Hill, Taven Bennett, Carter Smith for the Bobcats being introduced now. Josiah Barnett, Braden Gregg, Reagan Rogers, Rylan Matthews, and Riley Homko Green. We'd like to thank our sponsors of tonight's game, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, and Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative. All of our free throws tonight brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. And we'll have a couple of players of the game, one from +1 in Cambridge, Ohio for the Cambridge player, and Lock 9 Pizza for the West End player.
We need to try some of that Lock 9 pizza.
Well, we have a coupon right here. Well, if I name you the player of the game, we might have a chance.
I'm ready to roll, buddy.
Here we go. Nice crowd for the opener for both teams tonight. Not a lot of changes, as we talked a little bit about some of the rules changes, but one that people might notice how fouls are going to be.
Yeah, you'll
added
notice
up
it.
now.
You'll notice it pretty early. So that is the biggest change. A couple little things that isn't a big deal, but yeah, that's going to be the biggest change. No more 1-and-1. The thing that's been around forever. We're not going to have 1-and-1 shooting
no
anymore.
and ones.
So
well, there'll be some and ones.
There'll be some and ones, but no 1-and-1. So basically, shots will be awarded. 2 shots will be awarded after the 5th foul in each quarter. So that's the new rule. There'll still be shooting fouls. That won't be an issue, but the 1-and-1 has gone away.
Tornadoes win the opening. Tosscats open in a man-to-man defense, cut down the lane and shot off the back of the rim and in for the slashing Connor Hill. 2-0. Bobcats into the half-court set again, facing man-to-man. Braden Gregg back out to Barnett. Around to Rogers, skip pass to Gregg. Looked at the long three, will pass it up to Barnett. He'll take the three from the side. Cha-ching! Wow, pretty smooth on that one.
Yeah, didn't hesitate either. Nice and smooth, got his feet set. Great touch.
And he's pretty good off the dribble. If you step out on him, he's going to be able to get by you. Cats with a little full court press. Connor Hill into the half court. He'll drive again, spin down the lane, shot up and good. And right now, Connor Hill has exerted himself as the go-to guy. And another long three by Barnett. This one off the rim, pulled down by Carter Smith. He'll hand it off to Cade Porter, who'll push it down the floor, kick it to the corner. Connor Hill with a miss from short range, gets it back, hands it off to Bennett. And the Tornadoes get into their set. Down low, post up move, inside by Carter. That one off the rim and pulled down by the Bobcats, Homco Green. Barnett off the dribble right side. Got off the hill, back out now to Gregg. 4-3 Tornadoes here early on over the Bobcats.
A little slow on the offensive end, trying to feel their way around.
You can scrimmage all you want to scrimmage. When you start really keeping score for real, it's a lot different, isn't it?
Much different game for sure.
Gregg, they'll step out on him. Barnett looked at the pull-up jumper, gets it over to Rogers, and his three. Touching.
Well, that's a good way to improve the three-point shooting.
Make the first two?
Make the 2 out of 3. Barnett did in this one.
Yeah, that is true. 2 out of 3 is a much better stat than it was a year ago. 6'4 Bobcats. Carter Smith on the drive and a kick, and they'll call the travel. So first turnover there.
Shuffled his feet just a little bit.
Guys getting their second wind about now. 5:34 left in the opening quarter. 6-4 Cambridge, and possession to the Bobcats. To the high post. Homco Green, backdoor cut, tried to get it to Rogers, and that's stolen away by Cade Porter. Off the dribble, had it knocked out of his hand from behind. Kept alive on the baseline, shot up and no good by Connor Hill. And the Cats will pull it down and push. Barnett, top of the key, swiped from him from behind and chased into the backcourt, and Homco Green will tie up Kyle Porter. And the arrow will favor the Bobcats here with 5:04 to go. Cambridge up by 2.
Good hustle to go tie that ball up and not let them get a quick layup.
Neither team substituting here at the first break.
A little slower than we anticipated it starting out. But
Braden
again,
Gregg, 3 from the corner. That one off the back of the iron, pulled down by Smith. Cats with the green light to shoot the deep one.
Yeah.
Here pretty early. Hill off the dribble, back out on top. Bennett. Kyle Porter from the baseline, 10-footer good, and the Cats quickly get it inbounds and push it the other way. 6-6, and Cambridge will reset with 4.5 to go. Ogle heads to the scorer's table. He'll be the first sub in for the Bobcats. Rogers from the corner for 3. That one off the rim. Kyle Porter with the rebound, and the Cats will pick up man-to-man.
Man, Cats 1 for 5. All of a sudden that shooting percentage changed real quick. They've taken 5 shots, and they've all been threes.
All been threes. Nobody trying to get it inside, and now with Ogle stepping in, you'd like to think there'll be a little more inside presence. He'll replace Humko Green with 4:07 to go. Ball tapped out of bounds. And it'll be West M's ball under the scoreboard. Cade Porter back out to Kyle, and on top now Hill. He's tried to penetrate just about every time he's had it. Swings it back left side. Cade Porter off the dribble. Baseline into a double team and stolen away by Barnett. He'll kick it out ahead. Reagan Rogers on the run out and swiped from behind and knocked out of bounds by Connor Hill.
Good hustle by Hill to be able to get back. It's the second turnover by West M so far. But a good look by Barnett too, man. You talk about a nice pass, threading the needle.
3:46 in counting now, 6-all. Barnett on the inbounds, and they'll put the hands on. There's a first foul of the night, Connor Hill. A little hand check as Barnett tried to blow by him. Yeah, we were trying to talk in the pregame about can you get to 5 fouls in the quarter? Fourth quarter, that could probably happen, but not so much early on.
Well, and the thought process with that was to try to speed up play a little bit so you're not killing the clock to shoot so many free throws.
Rogers 3 from the corner, halfway down and pops out. Carter Smith another rebound. Bennett down the lane, hard to the glass, puts it up and in. David Bennett at 6'1", playing pretty big there and gives the Tornadoes the 2-point lead. Barnett with Hill on him between the circles. Top of the key. Back to Rogers. In the corner, Barnett 3. Cha-ching! Bobcats continue to fire up the three-pointers. They lead at 9-8.
Barnett knocking down 2 of them.
Under 3 to go, opening period. Connor Hill off the dribble. Gives it up to Cade Porter. Back to Bennett, back to Porter. He'll take it down the left foul line and get it back out to Bennett, who will go baseline. Inside to Carter Smith, and he'll draw contact. I believe that'll be on Ogle, and it is his first. We'll send Smith to the line. He'll shoot 2.
And like we said, that doesn't change the shooting fouls. You'll still get the shooting fouls, just the 1-and-1s have changed.
Say hi to the boys in Florida, Brent and Jerry Boyer. Boyer watching and listening to us from sunny and warmer Florida. I should say warmer than here, but it wasn't too bad today. A little rainy.
I think I'd much rather be down there with the boys.
I think so too. 9-9 as Smith drops the first one in and cannot connect on number 2. Rebound pulled down and put back up though by Kyle Porter. And that one's short of the mark. Cats will bring it the other way. Barnett down the lane, a little hesitation move, puts it up and in. Bobcats' first deuce of the night.
And that's the spark plug. He's got to be able to do that when he can. He can certainly get up and down the floor. He's got enough speed, and he can handle the ball to be able to get to the rim.
Tylis Bailey checks in for the Tornadoes. Kick out to Bennett. He'll take the 3. Cha-ching! David Bennett. 5 early points, then the Tornadoes back on top 12-11.
Good look to get that to the open man for a nice set 3.
Bobcat pass to the wing, stolen away. And the other way runner, no good. Rebound, stick back off the mark a second time by Smith, a third time, and finally Carter Smith able to knock it down, padding his stats. A couple of offensive rebounds there, and the Tornadoes extend their lead 14-11, 1:30 left in the opening quarter.
Yeah, now that can't happen if you're Cambridge. You got to put a body on him, especially Smith, because he's listed at 6'1", but he sure does look bigger than that.
Shot by the Bobcats, no good. There's the rebound, stick back, and one. That's what Devin Ogle gives you, is that presence on the board. I didn't catch who the foul was on. That Ogle will head to the line here. Braden Gregg checks back in. Rogers to the bench. And
yeah, we do not have the
sideboards working,
sideboards working to be able to see that.
Ogle unable to connect there. Kyle Porter on the rebound. Coming up on a minute. 14-13 Tornadoes. Hill. Kyle Porter on the drive and the floater softly off the glass. And Kyle Porter's second hoop of the night makes it a 3-point West End lead. Omco Green back out to Barnett, trying to get everybody squared away to get this set play. He'll work against Connor Hill. Looks like he could take him off the dribble, and he does, all the way in. Left hand rattles it in. He just was kind of measuring him a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, and they had bodies inside to be able to double him up as he got in there, but he certainly didn't hesitate. Took it right to the rim, and he's such a difference maker. He cleared it out and said, I'm taking this one over, boys.
Bailey over to Hill, cut off by Barnett on a baseline. 15 on the clock, 16-15 Tornadoes. Back to Bailey. Back out to Hill, 9 on the clock. He'll work to the basket this time. Gets it back. Floater going to the hoop. Yes. Connor Hill's third hoop of the quarter. And that'll extend the Tornadoes' lead through one. West End 18, Cambridge 15. We'll take the break, back with more high school hoops coming up on WILE 97.7 right after this.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, 1 quarter in the books, 18-15. West End on top of the Bobcats. Both teams shot the ball pretty well. West End did their damage going to the hoop. Cats outside the arc knocking down 3 threes, but not a lot of free throws. We had 1 free throw by the Bobcats and 1 for 2 for the Tornadoes, and I neglected to give our sponsor there, so I'll mention it now. Amy Kissinger for commissioner, sponsoring all our free throws. And as you said during our break here, that's something I'll probably forget a lot, so I'm going to make up for it when I can.
Yeah, you'll get her figured out.
Yeah,
first game jitters. We're all there.
Yeah, might take me a while. I'm an old dog, and I don't learn new tricks well.
No, Cats shooting 42% that quarter compared to 62% for West End. So that's why West End's got the lead.
West End getting a lot more inside look. Cade Porter handling it here as Hill working off the ball. Carter Smith back to Porter. He'll penetrate. Kick it to the corner. 3 ball. Hill off the rim. Bounces a couple of times. Loose on the floor. Scramble for it. Still down there. And Reagan Rogers and Carter Smith will tie it up. And the arrow again will favor the Bobcats.
Again, ball hitting the floor there. Cat's going to have to start boxing out and be a little bit more aggressive on those rebounds.
Kyle Pertusa, the Cats coach, mentioned early tonight before the game. He said, we've got to box out. We're not big, and we can't let teams just drive down the middle on us. Those are 2 points of emphasis defensively, and those have been 2 points tonight that have hurt them.
Yeah, exposed them so far. Just got to pick it up a little bit on the intensity.
High post, Ogle turns, takes it to the hoop, off the glass, short of the mark. Riley Homko Green with the rebound, and let's say knocked out of his hand on the way back up. Tell you what, with Homko Green and Ogle both in there, those are athletic bodies.
Yep, and it equals out the size differential for sure.
Mason Gregg out to brother Braden for 3. Cha-ching! Braden Gregg. 6'3", lanky senior. He can drain it from out there. And he ties this one at 18. Cats with full court pressure. And again, right down the lane with a left-hand runner, Cade Porter.
that transition defense. Just can't let them get to the rim.
That's answer. Humko Green, cha-ching. 21-20 Bobcats. And obviously Cambridge's going to live and die with that three, right?
Boy, they sure are.
Braxton Brownrigg in the ball game. Backdoor cut, Hill to the hoop, up and in.
That's too easy. Well, both guys that just sank threes were celebrating a little bit on the defensive end and gave up easy buckets.
22-21 Tornadoes. Braden Gregg. To Rogers, kicks it to the corner and right through the hands. Rogers threw a bullet over to Humko Green and through his hands. Barnett back in the game. Rylan Matthews will check in. And for the first time for the Bobcat, Deontay Jones, 6'1 junior, into the game. So some fresh bodies in for Cambridge. Pull up, baseline by Hill, no good. Rebounded by the Cats. Barnett kept it alive. Up to Rogers. And off of a couple of hands and back into the hands of Rogers. He'll skip it. Barnett three from the left wing, and that's an air ball. That Cade Porter will pull down and push the other way. 1 point West End lead. Porter had Bennett wide open in the corner. He let him know about it, but he still didn't get it. Backdoor cut, and Porter will finish. Nice pass from Connor Hill, who had patience that time. And once again, the Tornadoes on top by 3.
Yeah, I mean, the Tornadoes are just moving better in the half court on the offensive end, and Cats are just kind of sleepwalking a little bit on defense. Again, that defensive intensity, when you don't have the shooters and the guys that can score consistently, boy, you better play some good defense.
Barnett trying to feed it inside. Gets it to Deontay Jones, takes it to the hoop, and they'll call the foul on the floor. I think before the shot, maybe?
Yep.
That one on Braxton Brownrigg. And so the Cats will get it out of bounds here. Barnett to the corner. Matthews around the horn. That just haven't been clean on their ball handling. Barnett, a little hesitation, kicks it back to Matthews, to Gregg for a three. Cha-ching! Braden Gregg, and the Cats' third three of this second period ties it at 24. 4:50 left in the half. Bennett back to Hill. Finds Porter, who fakes it in the air, puts it on the ground, and Kyle Porter has 6 tonight. And it's 26-24. Barnett to Rogers. Back to Barnett. Brownrigg, in-your-face defense there. They'll beat him. Kick to Rogers for a three. Cha-ching!
Well, that's an easy way to get back in the game. You're going to start nailing those threes.
I think the Cats have already hit more threes tonight than they did in the first 6 games last year.
Right. 4 already in this second period.
Trying to answer Cade Porter. Off the mark. Rebound to Jones. And the Cats on top by 1 with 4 minutes to go in the half. Barnett steps to his left, pull up three that rims in and out. Bennett picks up the loose ball and walks it across the timeline. Cats on top by 1. Porter. A little hesitation move and a hand check. Deontay Jones.
And you hear the PA announcer, teams first. Oh, it's actually been their second foul, but remember, a part of the new rule change, the fouls reset every quarter as well.
And that's what they're keeping on the board, I guess. I'm not seeing any team fouls up there, though. That's not correct. I have both teams with a couple of fouls, but you're right, by quarter. And the Cats will save it in bounds. Up ahead, Deontay Jones with the run out, and he'll lay it up and in on the pass from Barnett. Cats lead it by 3. Bennett, the move to the basket, and a foul inside there. I'm going to start paying a lot closer attention to the officials. There's that one on Rylan Matthews. Team second of the period. Matthews first. So we're missing a foul somewhere because they're not keeping the running fouls on the game either. on the scoreboard. Inbounds play. Sets up a three from the corner off the mark by Porter. Cats will pull it down. Ogle to Barnett with 3 to go. High, hard pick out in front. Braden Gregg left side for 3. He's feeling it. That one went in and out. Omko Green with the rebound. Back to Ogle inside, and a foul on the floor before the shot.
Yes.
So that foul on Silas Bailey, and he'll check out as Carter Smith back in. Smith gives the Tornadoes a lot of what Ogle does. He is that physical force inside. Braden Gregg on the catch, could not get a shot up. Will turn it over. Bennett coming the other way. Under 3 to play. Feeds it to the corner. Off the dribble drive, and that one got away from Coleman Lloyd. And the Cats with the steal, coming the other way, leading by 3. 29-26. Omko Green 3. He loaded up and let that one go, and he did not join the 3-ball party.
No, at some point you're going to have to reel those in and take what the defense is giving you. Yes, wide open 3, I get it. However, early in the season, take that ball to the hole, because he had 10 feet in front of him.
Mason Gregg from 15. Missed it, loose ball on the floor on the rebound, and that'll be another tie-up. This time, the arrow will favor the Tornadoes with 2:29 to go. In the second period, 29-26, a seesaw affair. The Bobcats on top for the moment. As Rogers checks in for Braden Gregg, who's been the spark plug for the Cats this period with a couple of threes early.
Yeah, heated up there in that second period. He's made 2 threes. He's missed 2 threes. So he's 2 for 4 from beyond the arc so far.
Bobcats with 4 in this period, 3 in the opening period. And they will pick up man-to-man here. See if the trap comes at half court. Couldn't get it there. Pass to Hill. Back out on top to Bennett. Bailey now is West End trying to slow it down a little bit here in the half court to Hill. And Hill penetrate off the glass, and a foul called and a shot coming up.
23.
I believe. Omko Green's first. For the Bobcats, their third of the period, and it's going to send Connor Hill the line to shoot 2 free throws. These free throws brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Commissioner.
Look at him. He only missed it once. He's right on track.
Drilled that one, didn't he?
Mid-season form.
And a second one good as well. Yeah, I might have to have an electric buzzer a couple of times to get that. Under 2 to play. Cats lead at 29-28. Barnett, left corner, step back jumper. Trying to draw the foul on Smith. No good on the shot. Bailey with the rebound and taking it all the way, and will draw another foul.
And he's saying it's not a shooting foul.
On the floor. And that one on Reagan Rogers. His first. Lob into Bailey. Back to Bennett. Tried to take it down the lane, kick out to the corner, back to the top. Hill for 3. That one off the mark. Rogers with the rebound out ahead. Mason Gregg into the half court will slow it down with a minute and a half to go. Cats with the ball in a 1-point lead. Barnett to Gregg in the corner. Hill launched the 3. That one long on the mark. Bennett with the rebound, and they'll push it up the floor. Hill all the way to the hoop, hangs in the air, double clutched it, missed it, rebound, stick back, Carter Smith.
Good movement there by Smith to be able to get on top of Ogle to be able to tip that ball away from him.
30-29, under a minute left. And Barnett will pull it out. Both teams have been in that half-court man-to-man all night, which is kind of amazing. The Cats have got that many threes up against man-to-man pressure.
Yeah.
Barnett off the dribble to the foul line, kicks it right side to Mason Gregg. 39 on the clock. Left side to Humko Green. Inside feed, tried to get it to Ogle, kicked away, no call. And on the turnover, West End will have the lead and the ball. 25 left in the half, and they'll give it right back. Bennett, biggest guy that the Tornadoes have, playing out on top, and him and Bailey weren't on the same page that time.
Nope, no reason to throw that ball that towards the midcourt line when you're trying to put pressure at the basket. With the lead, trying to get one more shot.
Braden Gregg checks in, Mason to the bench with 21 seconds to go. Cats have a chance to retake the lead here. 30-29, Tornadoes. Barnett out on top against Hill. Off the high pick, down the left side, pushed a little from behind. Braden Craig gets the shot, takes it, touching! And the throw at the buzzer, well off the mark, and Braden Gregg checked in, and just for that opportunity, it didn't look like he got a clean handoff either, but threw it up there and was able to knock it down. I guess when you're feeling it, it's like in golf, right? When you're making putts at holes as big as a hula hoop.
That's right, and Braden knocked down 3 of them in that quarter.
So the Bobcats battle their way via the long ball tonight to a halftime lead of 32-30 over West Muskingum. We invite you to stay tuned. We have the O&N halftime show coming up. Get you caught up on some other sports action around Ohio. And John and I will be back a little later on. We'll have our stats scoring on our recap of the first half. Halftime score, Cambridge 32, West End 30. You're listening to high school basketball on WILE 97.7 and YRP TV.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
Before we can really dive into the winter sports season, because basketball's officially begun here in the Buckeye State, we got to put a bow on fall sports. Yes, that means you too, football. 7 state champions will be crowned this weekend in Northeast Ohio. I'll speak with Ryan Baker. He'll be covering all the high school football action from Canton for the Ohio High School Athletic Association's radio network. I'll get his thoughts on the upcoming matchups as well as the 8 finalists for Ohio's Mr. Football Award. That's next. This is the Ohio News Network.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
In Ohio, public education matters, and every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives, no exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott Demaro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
Ryan Baker is my guest. He'll be covering the football state championship games for the Ohio High School Athletic Association's radio network. Ryan, on the teams and games you'll be covering, what do you expect to take place on the field in Canton this weekend? Full disclosure, this is being recorded before state semifinal games, so if you're wrong, we'll never speak about any of this again.
Well, it's funny. You've got a lot of the usual suspects. You know, you've got the St. Ed's, the 2-time Division I state champ. You've got the Massillon. What a story that is. They beat St. Ed's this year in the regular season. They're one of the most storied programs in the history of Ohio high school football. And then you've got Akron-Hoban also in that division who's had so much success. Toledo Central Catholic, a team that's there every year in Division III. Chardon, two-time state champions in 20 and 21. Cleveland Glenville. You know, they had some down years, but they're in Division 4 now. They won the state title last year. Division 5's kind of cool to me because it's not a lot of teams that have been there. You've got Perry. You've got Harvest Prep, who's been knocking on the door. Valley View Liberty Center. I really like that one. And then in Division 6 and 7, you can't talk about small school football in the state of Ohio without talking about Kirtland and then Marion Local. What they have done, since 2000, they've won 13 state championships, which is the all-time record in the state of Ohio. And when they're not winning state championships, they're either the state runners-up or they're in the Final Four winning regional championships. The success they've had is amazing.
Ryan, the day before Thanksgiving, 8 finalists for Ohio's Mr. Football were announced. Were you able to see all of these guys live, and who do you expect to take home the award when it gets announced on November 30th?
Well, what a list of guys here this year. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Me personally, being from Central Ohio, I've seen Braden Fleehardy a lot the last 3 years as Hilliard Bradley's quarterback, leads them to their first ever regional title and state Final Four this year. What he's done with his legs and his passing has just been awesome. Almost 3,000 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, 1,300 yards on the ground and 17 rushing touchdowns. And, you know, Dominic Purcell out of Watterson, you don't see defenders, Eric, up for this award a lot of times. This is staggering. This kid has, on the year, 173 tackles. That's active. That's 12 and a half tackles a game. I mean, it is amazing. And this kid's just going to the Navy if he was a little bigger. But all of these guys, you know, Ryan Montgomery, his brother Luke is at Ohio State. He had an offer from Ohio State. Tavian St. Clair committed, though. So now he's looking at Florida, Georgia, Michigan, Penn State, South Carolina. Jordan Marshall down at Cincinnati Moeller. He's a Michigan recruit, unfortunately, for the Buckeyes, but he has just had a great career down there at Moeller. And then Danny Stoddard, the quarterback from up at Medina. A lot of you have heard of Drew Aller, who's at Penn State right now. Danny Stoddard's the kid that took over for Drew Aller at Medina and put up numbers just as good or even better.
All right, Ryan Baker, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Cambridge High School at Gene Ford Court. Halftime score, Cambridge 32, West Muskingum 30. Boca Fury John Valentine here with our halftime break, thanking our sponsors for tonight's contest. Patrons Buckeye, Doan Ford, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, and Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative. Hayden Francis on camera, Jaron Aber on the board tonight. And, hey, pretty good first half, 18-15 at the end of one period. West M on top of the Bobcats. Cats outscored the Tornadoes 17-12 in that second period. And two contrasting styles of offensive attack. Tornadoes attacking the basket, and the Bobcats living at the three-point line.
Yeah, which, you know, especially with a young team, if you're West M and Coach Rinkus, you got to feel great about that. Kids are being aggressive. They're not settling, not being nervous, taking outside shots. They're getting to the rim, and they were rewarded with that too. They shot the ball pretty well in the first half. They shot the ball 60% from 2 and 20. They only took 4 threes, so they shot 45 or 54% overall from the field. But Cambridge, on the other hand, has the lead because they made so many threes. But, you know, if it's me coming out, they came out firing. It's fine, get the adrenaline moving, but then settle into the game, take what the defense gives you, take the ball to the rim, and pick up some easy fouls. And they didn't do that, but they were knocking down threes, so they didn't necessarily have to.
Bobcats hit 8 threes in that first half and spread them around a little bit. We talked in the pregame, you know, without Garrett Carpenter, who's going to be the scorer on this team? We thought, okay, Josiah Barnett is going to get his. And he's got 10 in the first half, but Braden Gregg has knocked down 9. Reagan Rogers has kicked in a couple of threes for 6. Riley Homko Green hit a 3. And Devin Ogle has chipped in with 2. Deontay Jones with 2. Cats have only been to the line one time. And 0 for 1 there. The Tornadoes 2 of 3 at the line, and they only hit 1 3. They are led by Connor Hill's 10, 6 for Kyle Porter, 5 apiece, Taven Bennett, Carter Smith, and Cade Porter. And we talked a little bit prior to the game, and certainly in that first half, the Bobcats' point of emphasis defensively you got to stop penetration of the basket, and you got to get bodies on people. And really, the Tornadoes, I believe they've out-rebounded the Cats. Certainly they've got a lot more offensive opportunities on second chances.
Yeah, Carter Smith has 7 rebounds in the first half. 7. Now, he did get 3 on that one possession where he kept missing shots, but to pad his stats, but still he has 7. Riley Humpko Green is the leader for Cambridge with 4. Cambridge with only 8 rebounds total. Carter Smith's got 7 himself. So, yes, you're right. Cats not boxing out, not playing the half-court defensive game that they need to be able to keep West End away from the basket. So that's an easy fix. I mean, from a coach, if you're sitting in there at halftime, the guys, listen, they have shot 4 threes. They're not going to hit those threes. They only made 1 of them. We got to be able to stop the dribble drive. We got to be able to box out. And there's no excuse for not getting rebounds. Bust your butt, get a body on somebody, and hustle after the ball. So that's an easy part to be able to coach, but you got to be able to give the effort to be able to get those rebounds.
You impressed with the Bobcats' perimeter shooting?
Well, look, I mean, they're 41% from beyond the arc. I mean, you can't really fault that. If you're going to hit 41% of your threes, there's not going to be a team in the state of Ohio that's going to be upset about
shooting,
that.
Yeah.
So, Braden Gregg got hot there in that second quarter, and Josiah Barnett was pretty hot in the first quarter, so they kind of balanced themselves out. And but yeah, shooting 41% from beyond the arc, you're not going to be too upset. But where you give a chance to be able to hit more threes or better looks is when you do penetrate, or if you get the ball inside, you'll be able to convert to make those three-point shots a little bit easier too.
Starters back on the floor for the Cats: Barnett, Gregg, Rogers, and Ogle in the second half, along with Riley Humko Green. For the Tornadoes, it will be Kate and Kyle Porter, Connor Hill, Taven Bennett, Carter Smith. And the Cats up 2 will have the ball first. And we are underway.
Good crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
Student section is fired up. They're ready to roll.
Barnett will get things started for the Bobcats. High pick. Cats will go down low to Ogle. Catches it down underneath. Little head and shoulders fake. Kisses it off the glass, and a set play for Devin Ogle.
It's like Coach Pertussit was listening to our halftime.
Pounded inside, right?
But it's not hard to see, right? I mean, Devin Ogle can be such a force inside. You got to take advantage of it.
Connor Hill will penetrate and attack the basket and draw contact on Devin Ogle. That's his second foul, first of the quarter, and a 2-shot opportunity here for Hill. And these free throws brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner.
Hill 2 for 2 from the line in that second period.
He has attacked the basket from the time he got off the bus.
Yeah, for
Had
sure.
6 first quarter points, all driving to the hoop. And continues that process here as he knocks one down. 30 seconds into this third period, and he's 2 for 2 here. Cats lead it by 2, and they'll inbound it and push it to Gregg. Back out on top, Humko Green. Rogers. Back to Green off the high pick. Looks inside for Ogle, not there. Back to Gregg for a 3. Stepped into that one. Tapped around inside, knocked out of bounds, and the officials say West End ball. Give the Cats a chance to set up some full court pressure. Tornadoes handle it. Over to Hill, right down the lane, hard through 2 defenders. Had it knocked away. Kicks it back out to Porter. Yeah, nobody stopping and dribble on that for the Cats. Letting him get too close to the hoop.
Yep. Got to step out and slow him down.
Hill again trying to force his way in and putting a body on that time. Barnett leaning on one side, but I think that, Hill trying to look for that kind of move, put a body on and then spin the other way. That's just Barnett's first. Second on the Bobcats of the quarter.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to stop him, but they let him get away with it on the first bump. They weren't going to let him get away on the second bump.
And what was that?
They're calling another foul on Barnett.
Barnett, yeah. I saw him hold up the 3 fingers, so he picks up 2 quick ones.
Yeah.
He will stay in the game, just 2 fouls total, but inbound to Bennett, inside Carter Smith. He'll try to back his way in, kick it out to Porter. He'll attack and get it to roll home. Kyle Porter, his 8th point of the night. It ties it at 34.
I mean, you got to give West Ham a little bit of credit. They are not shy about taking the ball to the rim.
Pretty quick.
Yeah. They're doing what they need to do in the half court.
Cambridge pretty quick. I think a couple of these guys from West Ham maybe a step quicker. Barnett's 3 off the mark. Rebounded inside, Cade Porter. Contact out on top. Bodies all over the place. Porter gets up hobbling a little bit. West Ham will hold on to the ball. 6-minute mark, tied at 34. Down the lane runner for Hill, and 1. Connor Hill on the attack. And Reagan Rogers, the guilty party, his 2nd. As Silas Bailey checks in, and he will go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. This free throw brought to you by Amy Kissinger.
4 for 4 from the line.
For Guernsey County Commissioner.
Tonight is Hill.
Yeah.
He's got a nice touch. You see he's got nice rotation on there. Gets to the rim, I think, better than his regular set shot. But, when you have no pressure from the free throw line, you can knock him down.
3-point lead, Tornadoes. Bobcats, Isaiah Mail in the game for the first time. Skip pass across to Barnett. Back out on top, Greg will chase it down near half court.
Not a lot of movement here by the guys in white. Just kind of standing around and letting the guy with the ball make a move.
Ogle on the pick and roll. Down deep, puts it up and in. And wow.
Yeah, got to do
a lot of traffic there. That looked like one of the catches he'd make in football with a lot of traffic around him.
He's used to that, right? And he's used to going up high and going and getting it, too. So Cat's going to have to do that more often.
Loose ball on the floor, but Bennett will chase it down. Backdoor pass and shot. Nobody got back and picked up Kyle Porter. He got an easy one there. 39-36. Tornadoes. Barnett. Hill on the switch with 5 to go here in the third.
Yeah, I'd be isolating Devin Ogle all day long.
Barnett settled for the 3. Mail chased down the rebounds. Cats will get a second chance. Yeah, Barnett's so good going to the basket, but we haven't seen him do that much tonight.
Yeah, one time early, I think, in that first period.
Yeah, he had a couple of 2s in that first period, but a couple of 3s, and he hasn't connected since then. There he pulls up from the foul line, left it a little short. Carter Smith with the rebound. He can create a shot.
Yeah.
It's just, is he going to create a good one?
Yeah, and you can't fault that shot. I mean,
no, that's a good one there.
A free throw. Yeah, he had a nice wide
15 away.
Shot,
Okay,
sure.
Kyle Porter with the baseline runner. No good. Smith with the rebound, stick back, and Carter Smith. They don't do anything for him except go get it, and he does.
Yeah, his 9th rebound already.
He's got 7 points on the night. And West End with their biggest lead, 41-36. Timeout on the floor. Bobcats will keep it here. 4:02 left here in the third. Our sponsors of tonight's game, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, known for WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, and Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative. We've seen both teams just continue to do what they did in the first half. West Ham attacking the basket. The Bobcats settling for the 3-point shot, but they're not going down now. So what's plan B?
Well, if you're West Ham, why would you switch? I mean, Cambridge is not picking you up in the half court anyway, so why in the world would you get out of it? Keep taking advantage of the defense who's not moving their feet and not getting in front of you to stop it. So if you're West Ham, don't change a thing. Cambridge, I think they have to start isolating Ogle more. I mean, they've went to him twice. He's converted twice here in this third period. And I don't know if they've got a guy that can handle him inside because he's had multiple bodies on him on both of those field goal conversions. So I think somehow they got to isolate him, but you got to move on the offensive end too to be able to create some spacing. They're just kind of standing around and not moving and cutting. So, and that, if you start doing that on the offensive end, that's going to pick up your intensity on the defensive end too. So Cats just got to get a fire lit underneath them to get them moving a little bit. That's all.
Bobcat in the house tonight. They finally let him out of Quaker City. He's been exiled there for years. Jay McElfresh in the house tonight. I don't know if he's capable of using a cell phone, but you might text him. He wanted to know if he'd get on the radio tonight.
I did see Jay a couple times last year. He stuck his head out.
Yeah. They let him move to the big city. Bobcats kick it to the corner. Mason Gregg for three. Cha-ching. Been watching Big Brother a little bit, huh? That'll get the Cats back in it. 41-39. Full court pressure. Hill giving it up to Bailey. Bailey nearly with the double dribble there. Still looking inside, and there's the foul. Deontay Jones banging inside with Carter Smith, and they were both going at it pretty good, but Smith hit the floor, and Jones is going to get called for the foul, his second. Another one of those football guys that plays like it's football.
Jones, he gave him a little bit of extra pushing a couple seconds before that, and the official saw it, let it go, but he wasn't going to let it go a second time.
Hill kicks it out on top to Porter. Right side, Bennett. Back to Hill. Pull up jumper on the baseline, not there. Rebound, Ryland Matthews. To Mason Gregg out ahead. Rogers contested on the catch. He'll pick it up, shoot it, no good. Rebound, stick back, Deontay Jones, and a foul. Should be a shooting foul. And that one on Bennett. So Jones to the line to shoot two for the Cats, who are 0-1 as a team on the night. And now 0-2. One of the points of emphasis early in the game we talked about, the Cats have to shoot free throws better this year. Only 54% as a team last year, and they're not on that pace yet.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, this is only their second time to the line tonight.
And missed that one badly too. Smith with the rebound. 0 for 3, and if you shoot a lot of threes, you're not going to get to the line a lot.
There you go, right. Not real hard to figure out, right?
3-minute mark, 41-39, Tornadoes. Hill to Porter, Kyle Porter. Penetrates, kicks it back to Bennett with Matthews on in. Pulls it back out. And has to go backwards now to Hill.
And you see on the offensive end how West End is constantly in motion. They're constantly picking. They're constantly cutting to the hole. That's why they're getting so many open looks.
Porter mishandles the ball, stolen away by Jones. Into the half-court set, Rogers with Barnett on the bench, finds Braden Gregg. His three, a line drive that comes out flat, knocked out of bounds, and they'll say touch last by the Cats. So we'll go back to West End with 2:25 to go and a 41-39 lead. Cambridge trapping in the backcourt. Haven't been really going at it intensely, but just enough to slow the pace down a little bit. Into the half court. Feed down low Smith. Trying to get the defense in the air. He does. Can't knock it down, but he will go to the line. And that foul, I believe, on Matthews. Yep.
That's correct.
His second.
Team sixth.
And sends Smith to the line. He's been to the line previously tonight, 1 of 2. Gets a couple of looks here. First one is short of the mark. That was the 15th foul on the Bobcats in this period. As you said, there'll be no bonus.
That's correct. But they will be shooting 2 fouls the remainder of the quarter.
Yeah, so no
regardless.
1-on-1.
That's
The
right.
bonus will be you get 2 fouls.
That's correct.
2 free throws. And Smith splits the pair. So it could be a very punitive foul situation if you're giving up 2 free throws to a team that can shoot them.
Yep.
Rogers off the high pick to the corner. Mason Gregg behind the back, 15-footer, good. Mason Gregg's second hoop of the period. And he's got 5 in the period. Cats within 1 in a much slower pace third period. Matthews with the steal to Rogers up ahead. Braden Gregg kicks it back to Rogers. He'll step into that 3. No good. And chased down in the corner by Jones, and the Cats will get another look here. 1.5 left. Cats down 1. They led it by 2.5. Rogers feed down low to Jones and over the back. The call. Cade Porter picks up the foul.
And the Cats got back into this game with Ogle and Barnett on the bench.
Yeah, Barnett, Ogle, and Humco Green check back in with 1:21 to go. The Cats a little bit more firepower. Get Barnett in, fakes the long shot, can't get past Bennett. Hands it off to Braden Gregg. He'll penetrate, kick it to the corner. Barnett set 3, won't go. And the rebound controlled by West End. Kyle Porter with it, feeds it off to Cade down the lane, kick to the corner. Hill for 3. That one off the mark, tapped out of bounds, and they'll say hit by Humco Green last. So that will stay with West End. 55 of the clock, they lead it by a point. (42-41). Connor Hill on the trigger. Brownrigg back in the game. This one go out on top to Kyle Porter. Back to Brownrigg off the dribble. Bennett. West End, just that motion offense, make you work a lot, try to get some backdoor cuts. There's one right there. Hill with that shot blocked by Ogle. And the Cats will come up with a Barnett. Run out to Mason Gregg, missed it. Braden Gregg right there to clean it up. And the Cats go on top by 1.
Don't worry, little brother. I got you.
I got you. Brownrigg's 3. An air ball on a quick shot. Don't think Coach Rinkus was happy with that look.
No, definitely not.
Team hasn't taken a quick shot all night long. So Barnett nearly loses the handle. 6 on the clock. Trying to feed it down low to Ogle. Stolen away, and they'll call a foul as Ogle hits the floor along with a couple of other guys. And that foul on Kyle Porter. His first. His second, actually. There we found the other foul. Kyle Porter.
At some point, we were going to figure it out.
Yeah, it might have been post-game. Carter Smith will check in. Brownrigg steps out. 3.5 to go. Bobcats have the inbounds, and Mason Gregg on the trigger. Left side finds Barnett. He'll stop, pop the 3, halfway down and out. And the rebound to West End at the buzzer. 43-42. Bobcats lead it by 1 as we head to the 4th period of action here. You're listening to high school action on WLE 97.7 and YRP TV. Back right after this.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
Welcome back, Gene Ford Court. 1 period left, maybe. 43-42, Cambridge on top. And it will be the Tornadoes with the first possession. 3rd period scoring for the Bobcats. Mason Gregg with 5, Devin Ogle with 4. Kyle Porter led The Tornadoes, he had 4. Connor Hill with 5, actually 3 at the foul line, and Carter Smith on the boards again, picked up 3. West Ham into that half-court set. Cats little matchup. Made it to Smith. Back out on top. Again, Bennett, the big guy, kind of looking over top of the defense, trying to control things. They'll kick it in the corner. Cade Porter off the dribble. He'll penetrate to the baseline, and the shot and the foul.
Yep. Good call there. Stuck his hip out into him as he was shooting the ball.
And Humko Green with it, his second. Really, and it was a wild shot for Cade Porter. I mean, he had really no chance. He was behind the basket, not much of a chance to make that one. But he'll step to the line and put the first one off the back rim. Cade with 4 points tonight. Both baskets coming in that second period. Bobcats about as big as they can get on the floor right now with Humko Green. And second shot, short of the mark, rebounded. It comes right back to him. Nobody boxed out the shooter.
Jeez.
And Coach Rinkus wants the timeout. So 0 for 2 at the line for Porter, and the Cats still lead it by 43-42. So, you know, we talk a lot about teams when you come out of the locker room at halftime, that first couple minutes being important to see who gains control. West Muskingum made a move, got back in the lead, led by as many as 5 or 6 in that third period. Cats have come back. So now here we are in the fourth period, and neither team has come out and really asserted themselves.
No, not yet in the fourth period. You're going to see West Dem. That's why Coach Rinkus wanted that timeout. You saw a lot of blue jerseys just kind of standing around watching. The exact opposite of the first 3 quarters. They were moving, and they might be a little fatigued or something like that too. But no, they're cutting, they're moving. That motion offense is creating lanes to be able to get to the rim, and there really wasn't any of that there in those half-court sets. So that was what the timeout was for. Cambridge, on the other hand, going to have to be able to start taking the ball to the hole. We're going to have to be able to isolate Ogle or something down at the block. Get some free throws as well. I mean, they've only taken 4 free throws on the night compared to 10 actually now for the Tornadoes. But just pick up the intensity if you're Cambridge, and you're going to give yourself a shot to get a W here.
Yeah, I think the next couple minutes are going to be the key. Which team comes out with more intensity in the next couple minutes to kind of get the upper hand heading down the stretch.
Yeah, not boxing out the shooter on a free throw.
Cats will triple team the ball and does lead to a steal. Barnett with the steal takes it all the way in and keeps it there. Barnett's first hoop since the first period. And the Cats lead by 3. That's about as big as lead as they've had all night.
Yeah, that's huge to get something going here to start the fourth.
Around the perimeter, back to Hill, 14-footer. No good over the back. Smith, yes. Cats with good box out there. You talked a moment ago about that box out.
Absolutely.
By the Bobcats, and it leads to a foul there. And Deontay Jones steps back in. Rylan Matthews. Humko Green to the bench along with Ogle. 3-point Bobcat lead, and now West End will pick up full court. Inbounded to Gregg, back to Rogers, and he'll try to work his way across the timeline, does, against Cade Porter. Deontay Jones, hard down the lane, kick out to Barnett, off the pick, pull-up jumper right wing, no good, rebound inside, Matthews sticks it back for his first bucket of the night. That's a good box out on the offensive side by Matthews.
Sure was.
Cambridge with his biggest lead of the night, 47-42. Backdoor cut, Hill down the lane, and a reach-in on the floor before the shot. And Deontay Jones on that one, his third. So it will be a non-shooting foul. Cambridge's second foul of the period, though. Hill on the inbounds. Looks inside, has to go out on top. Contested. Braden Gregg knocks it away, though. Cade Porter picks up the loose ball, and he double dribbled. They dribbled the ball when he went after it, then he picked it up and dribbled it again, said the official, and that will be a turnover. And right now that Cambridge has asserted themselves in that first minute after the timeout.
And why is that? Because they've made 2 great box outs and one of them to convert on a shot. So, you're going to start playing better defense. You're going to be able to convert and look better on the offensive end. That's just the way it goes.
Braden Gregg to Rogers, who will handle it. 2 high post guys. Deontay Jones back to Barnett. Inside feed to Jones. Backdoor pass over to Matthews. Missed it. Rebound loose on the floor. Contact in there finally pulled out by Cade Porter. Cats had a couple of looks there. Could have attacked the basket maybe even better. Kick out. Bennett steps into a 3. Cha-ching. His second 3 of the night. As a matter of fact, he's the only Tornado who's hit a 3 tonight. 1 in the first period, now 1 in the fourth, and it's a 2-point game, Cats. Rogers, baseline move. Back out to Jones. He'll go through 2 defenders, and they'll call the foul on the floor. Porter trying to draw the charge, and he'll draw the foul instead.
Good aggressive move by Jones to be able to take the ball to the hole.
Call that a shooting foul. I thought he might have fouled him before he actually got it up, but Deontay Jones goes to the line. He's 0 for 2 at the line tonight. 1 field goal. Point in the game where you have to start making some of these. Cats haven't made a free throw tonight. Jones puts it up and does not get to roll that time.
Always had 4 cracks at it, or 3 cracks at it. So the fourth one, he feels pretty comfortable now. He's figured it out.
Got to loosen it up a little bit.
Yep.
And he did. Nothing but net.
You could tell it was coming.
It was coming.
You got to figure it, get used to it.
48-45 Cats, 5:20 left here in the fourth. Bennett. Cats pushing the pressure out. Feeds it to the wing. Down the lane. Smith. As the Cats did not rotate over, and Carter Smith will lay it up and in. 1-point lead for the Bobcats. Rogers back to Gregg, and Braden Gregg caught that ball and shot it early in the game. Tonight he's hesitating on the fourth quarter shot. Might be a little coach is saying, we don't need to take those threes like that either.
Exactly.
Cats hit 8 threes in the first half, 1 in the second. None here in the fourth. Barnett will step into a deep one there. That was way out there. Matthews saved it in bounds. Now chased it down to the corner. Porter beat him to it. Bennett had a man open down court. Didn't see him until too late. Hill. Off the dribble back to Bennett with 4.5 to go. A lot of movement by West End this time down. Feeding it to the wing, and Barnett got a hand on it. Now ties it up. Jump ball. No, they're going to call timeout. I don't know. There was the action. The ball might have been loose at that time, but Coach Rinkus with the timeout. 4:12 left to go in the game. Timeout on the floor, 48-47. Bobcats by 1. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, 48-47 Bobcats. Hill inbounding it to Smith. Back to Hill. Cats contest that one. Hill will catch it, take it to the hoop. Floater in and out, no good. Rebound Smith can't get it to go. Got another rebound and keeps it alive. Back out to Silas Bailey, and on his penetration got fouled by Rogers. Reagan Rogers' third foul. They'll say maybe his second and the team's third. I had him with 2 before.
Yep, I got him. That's his third. He had 1 in the first
say
half.
that as well.
Yep.
Inbounded to Porter. Finds Bennett. Kick to Bailey. Trying to get it back to Bennett. Catch. Defensive play by Rogers with the steal. 3:47 to go up ahead to Ogle. He'll attack the hoop. And they'll call the block on Smith. And Ogle might have got bailed out there.
Sure did.
Smith had his position, but Ogle tried to go up and over him, and that'll be Carter Smith's second and send Ogle to the line to shoot 2. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Devin Ogle 0 for 1 at the line tonight. Knocks one down here. That's a big free throw. 49-47 Cambridge. Second one, no good. And Smith with yet another rebound.
13 rebounds for Carter Smith.
He's been a beast.
Yeah.
West End around the perimeter. And with the steal, Homko Green just reached in and slapped it away from Porter. And then Porter undercut him on the way back down. And Kyle Porter will pick up his third, team's 4th. Now you can see where you get to that 15 foul now and you get 2 shots every time.
Yeah.
Free throw shooting is going to be a premium.
Absolutely.
Aiden Gregg takes it in the backcourt. Cats lead it by 2, 3:25 and counting. West End sagging back a little bit, not attacking defensively. Rogers off the high pick, picks it up from 15, halfway down and out. Ogle stick back on the rebound, can't get that one to go. And pulled down by Hill. He'll push it up ahead to Bennett. Bennett feeds it over, and the layup missed by Porter, but fouled. And I think this might be Homko Green. I believe it is. And if it is, that's his third.
And that's okay. That's a good foul there because that was an easy bucket.
Hey, he didn't get the 2, but he'll get 2 free throws. And Kyle Porter has not been to the line yet tonight. But he's 1 for 1. Little high arcing shot there as Barnett steps back in for the Bobcats. Cade Porter back into the game. 3:04 left, 49-48. Now we're tied at 49. Could come down to who shoots free throws.
Yeah, now because both teams have already committed 4, so the next one gets you shooting 2.
2:55 left to go in the ball game. Mason Gregg on the attack, baseline fadeaway. Could have gone up strong and draw contact. That time fade away and put it up short of the hoop, pulled down by Cade Porter. Hands it off to Kyle Porter. Hard down the lane, floater no good. Rebound tipped out by Smith. Bennett 15-footer, that one won't go, and this time the Cats pull it down. Homko Green with the rebound, and we're still tied at 49. 2:25 left. And the Cats will burn a timeout here. We'll stay here for this one. 49 apiece, certainly going to be in the bonus, which now means you get 2 free throws every time. So no 1-and-1. But it is going to come down to which team can shoot free throws better down the stretch. To this point, that has been West Muskingum.
Yeah, for sure. They've only missed 2 free throws.
2 all night.
4 free throws on the night. Porter, I had Porter missing 2
that's
earlier.
Correct.
But they've also converted on 9 free throws. So, they've been knocking them down. So it's been the first game. You got to get your feet under you. Cambridge hasn't looked real comfortable from the free throw line yet, really, for the guys that have been there. Regardless, it's definitely going to come down to some free throws here late because both teams have committed 4 team fouls. So the next one for each team will be shooting 2 free throws. However, again, it's kind of been that broken record. Cambridge's going to have to turn it up defensively a little bit and create a couple turnovers or at least stop West Muskingum in that half court. And Cambridge needs to quit settling on some shots, quit forcing some shots, try to run that motion offense, something to be able to create some lanes and get some of these guys to get to the basket and get some easy buckets.
Homko Green triggers it into Rogers in the backcourt. West Ham settling back, it looks like, into a little zone here. The Cats have not shot the three very well this half. Barnett. He took one there from a moment ago. He stepped into that one and looked like he was going to, but I think he's gotten a directive maybe, huh?
I'd hope so.
Skip pass across to Greg. Back out on top. Bobcats not pressing the issue. Well, now they will. Tomko Green takes the three from the corner, and they'll call the tie-up on the rebound, and the arrow favoring the Bobcats. I am not sure that's the shot that Coach Pertussit was looking for there. Against the zone, you're going to be open.
Yeah, and now would be a good time for a substitution and get Tomko Green out of there and put one of your three-point shooters over there in that corner.
Yeah, Mason Greggs hit a couple from there. The Cats will work it around the perimeter, get it back into Barnett. Off of man pressure here. Barnett's the guy that can go to the hoop and knock him down at the line.
That's correct.
He hasn't taken one to the hoop tonight.
Well, it's going to be tough to get to the rim now with this kind of 1-3-1 diamond press that they're running in the half court.
Figure it out, huh?
Well, yeah, somehow you're
kind of a matchup.
They're trying to get you to shoot that three from the corner.
Bobcats willing to just hold it maybe for the final look here with 1:20 to go. Coach Pertussit said, let's just stay right here. If nothing happens, we'll take a shot and go to overtime maybe. But
right. Well, and it's going to limit West Ham's offensive opportunities, which I think is the biggest issue.
Yeah, they pressure the ball a little bit to make the Cats move a little. Barnett picks it up, has to make a tough pass, does. Inside pass to Ogle, had it knocked out of his hands, loose on the floor, and now picked up by West Muskingum. Tied at 49, and Coach Rinkus said, give me a timeout. I can play this game, and expect West Muskingum to do more of the same.
Yeah.
They'll hold it for the final shot if given the opportunity. 52 seconds left in the game. And Bobcats, you know, you can't fault them for trying to attack the basket. Ogle flashed wide open right in front of the basket. The problem he had was he put the ball on the floor instead of just catching it, taking it back up.
Keep the ball up high because you know the defense is going to crash on you. And when they crash on you, you can't get it to the other guy cutting to the hole because you brought the ball down to the floor. So keep the ball up. Pivot to the basket, and when they do crash on you, somebody's cutting. So you're right, and Devin will learn that, and Coach Pertussit's probably letting him know that now. And if you're Coach Rinkus here, again, why try for a quick shot here? Because they've proven that they can get open and get to the rim at any time tonight. Cambridge has been real aggressive coming out to the volleyball line even to be able to pressure the ball, which is, you know, they've been over pursuing. There's been a lot of back cuts to the rim. So hold the ball as long as you can because at some point you're going to cut to the hole and get an easy one.
Okay, the Cats will be in that man-to-man pressure. So it is going to be Ogle, Tomko Green, Reagan Rogers, Braden Gregg, and Barnett on the floor for the Bobcats. And they will not pick up full court here. We expect to see a little bit more full court pressure from the Bobcats tonight, but we haven't seen a lot of it.
No, not a lot, but the Cambridge fans are even getting into it. Hey, let's D it up here, right? I mean, they recognize that Cambridge has been a little lackluster on the defensive end. Now is the time to step up and change that.
Barnett picks up at half court, and they will be. Cats have settled back looking like they were going to play zone, and Barnett out on top chasing ball. Now they'll have to man up and force the issue.
Yeah, and going to a zone here, a 2-3 zone, wouldn't hurt Cambridge at all. Make West Ham shoot the long ball.
Smith will catch it, kick it back out to Hill. You got to figure Hill's going to penetrate here in the last 10 seconds and take the shot. Yeah. And Smith crashing the board.
There, again, making that backdoor cut. He was wide open there.
Kick to the corner. Hill will have an open three, and he just missed it. He stuck it. And the jump ball actually favors West Muskingum.
It'll be West Ham
if
ball.
If anything happens except that, the Bobcats had everybody boxed out and would have had the rebound. But that ball stuck on the rim.
I would guess Coach Rinkus is going to take a timeout, and he does.
8.5 on the clock. Cambridge has 3 remaining timeouts. West Ham has 2, actually 1 now. Tied at 49, and I'm trying to think don't think anybody scored for 3 minutes.
It's been a long time, for goodness sakes, that's for sure. If you're Cambridge here, they have not shown any kind of zone at all game. You got 8 seconds left, 8.5 seconds. You want West End to shoot an outside shot because they've been cutting to the hole all night long. Come out with a half-court zone here, try to catch them off guard. Coach Rinkus may have to take another timeout because he's not ready for that.
Cats have 3 of those timeouts remaining. 8.5 on the clock. And the initial shot may not be the issue here.
Yes.
It's going to be who gets a body on Carter Smith.
Right.
He has been a beast on the boards tonight, double-digit rebounds and a lot of stick-back opportunities. And then free throw shooting. Does somebody get fouled taking it to the hoop? And right now, the guy that you don't want going to the line, Connor Hill, is perfect on the night, 5 for 5. Kyle Porter, 2 for 2. So if either one of those guys get it, you don't want them heading.
Definitely going to have to put a body on somebody, and Deontay Jones has been inserted in the game to be able to do that. So when this shot goes up, you got to come down with it for sure.
He will be on Smith, and it will be Hill on the trigger. Looks inside, nobody there, looks for the lob. Still taking time, and they'll have to call another timeout. Coach Rinkus, you can see him over there counting the count with the official. When it got to 4, he said timeout again.
Yes, sir.
So that's his final timeout.
Yep.
West End does not have a timeout left. Pretty good defense. And you can clearly see West End was trying to lob that ball inside.
Right, trying to get it to Smith. Again, Smith has converted. He shot the ball pretty decent from inside, but again, as you mentioned, he's also got 13 rebounds. But, Cambridge got to come out and make sure that they isolate him. But I would guess Connor Hill, again, as you mentioned, is going to be their go-to guy. However, Kyle Porter's shot the ball 8 times here in this second half as well. Those have been the 2 that have put the ball
Connor Hill, it surprised me because he is definitely, I think, tonight has been their best offensive guy and the best going to the hoop.
Right.
And he's taking the ball out of bounds.
Well,
so you got to get it right back to him.
There you go, for good reason. You got plenty of time to get it to him. They're going to kick it back out to him here in this corner. You know that. So you can't lose him.
Everybody packed in the paint here. Hill kicks it to the corner, right through the hand of his teammate, Cade Porter. And Porter comes up hurt, reaches for his lower back, and, he's done that. He was the guy that knocked the ball out of the basket. And when he did that, he kind of came down holding his back, and I don't think he's been right since. And the Cats are going to take a timeout with 7.7 to go. So I'm not sure Cade Porter is 100%.
No, he's definitely not. He's limping around there, and there really shouldn't have been any time come off of that clock because the ball was never touched on the inbound, so there really should be 8.5 put back on the clock here.
That might be the conversation they're having right now at the scorer's table.
I would guess.
Yeah, see if they can get it back to 8.5 because you're right. Nobody ever touched it. It went right past him and out of bounds.
Right.
And if it went out of bounds on the side, is that where the Bobcats are going to enter it from, or they're going to take him to the baseline?
Well, no, because it wasn't touched, they're going to take it back underneath
to the
baseline. That's correct. However, since we haven't talked about other rule changes, that is a rule change this year as well. So you're going to notice that's why I didn't bring it up before, because most people aren't going to notice. But where the ball is spotted on inbounds, so now they're trying to alleviate bringing the ball inbounds at so many different places. Okay, 8.5 now back on the clock. Yeah, so we were right there. So now there's only 2 places that the ball is brought in the floor. It's at the volleyball line, and it's a spot underneath the basket. So now you're going to start seeing that as the season goes. Typically, it's where the ball goes out of bounds or where
and this will be a spot.
Where the foul, that's correct.
This isn't after a made basket, so he can't move.
That's correct. He will have a spot there, and I'm sure the official's telling him that now.
Full court pressure. Inbounded to Barnett. Any foul puts the Cats to the line. Barnett will go coast to coast, ball knocked out of his hand on the shot attempt, and we're going to head to overtime, I believe.
Nope, we've got a double dribble by West End.
Oh. Coach Pertusha thought he was fouled. I didn't think there was much contact there. And again, it's going to be how much time was on the clock when that violation occurred. There's 0.8 there now.
Well, they don't have instant replay to go back and look, so they're not going to change the time that's on the clock now. They're going to keep it at 0.8, but maybe that's what they're talking about.
The officials discussing it. They've already put time on the clock once here.
And it looks like that's
49-49. And the Cats will use another timeout. 0.8. So let's go back to our rules official.
Yes.
Dean Blandino.
They are putting 1.1 back
1.1.
Okay.
I was going to say.
That's what it was, I thought, too.
So how much time? Now, obviously, the Cats have enough time now to catch and shoot.
Absolutely.
Once you get under a second, then you get into that situation where you can only tip it if there's like a half second or something like that. But
0.3, I think it's 0.3. It might be 0.4. To be able to set and shoot. Other than that, it would have to be a tip. But, yeah, that's going to be a moot point now because we're at 1.1. So that's not going to be a problem. You got to isolate Devin Ogle here. There's no doubt about it that this ball has to find him. But with only 1 second, it's going to be really hard to be able to get it in and then pass it in and then get a shot off. So whoever comes off of this pick is going to take the shot, and I'm sure that's going to be Barnett.
Who's going to take it out of bounds? It's going to be Rogers right in front of the Bobcat bench. A little box set up for the Bobcats down around the basket. Somebody will set a pick, somebody will fly to it, but you'll be coming away from the basket. And they'll go backdoor cut to Ogle, and he touched it. And is that the ball game? The officials haven't indicated anything here. Did the ball get, it did get touched, which would have started the clock. At the very least, it's either West M's ball with 0.1 or 2 on the clock.
Yeah, inside of 0.5 is what I was thinking. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it was 0.5.
So both coaches using this opportunity to get a quick timeout here because it's not, we don't have any time on the clock yet. And we're not in overtime yet.
No, he's putting time back on the clock. I thought it was 0.5 when the whistle blew, when the ball hit the ground. I'm guessing that's what he's going to do here.
Now, again,
he's saying it's not. It wasn't tipped. Well, it definitely was tipped, but they put 1.1 back on.
So they're saying it wasn't touched. The Bobcat coaches were saying that ball was touched.
Well, Ogle absolutely touched it before it hit the wall.
But was he out of bounds when he touched it?
I don't think his feet were. He was up in the air, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Sharon Aber would have an instant replay of this probably. Not tonight, though. Not tonight.
Later.
You can catch it later, though.
There you go.
Our Bobcat stream tonight will be posted up online in a podcast later. You can go back and replay it as many times as you want. So get all the clicks in you want later.
But for now, we still got live action with 1.1.
So the Cats are going to back up here. Looks like they're going to let them get the ball in, but it's going to take a three-quarter court catch and shoot kind of opportunity. Cambridge fans have seen that happen before. And it will be Hill who catches it going away from the basket. So
OT, partner.
OT in their first game. We don't get paid extra for that, do we? 49-49 after regulation. We'll head to overtime. Minutes put on the clock. Put some ice in your drink. We'll be back right after this.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium. Extra basketball tonight on WILE and YRP TV. 49-49 in regulation. Bobcats and West Muskingum. Through regulation, Josiah Barnett 12 points, Braden Gregg 11 to lead the Cats. 15 for Connor Hill, 12 for Kyle Porter, 10 for Carter Smith. And it will be Smith and Ogle in the center circle to get our extra period started. 4 minutes on the clock. Both teams on 4 fouls. That does not reset.
That's correct.
Or it did not.
I don't think it resets. Overtime is an extension of the fourth quarter, so it should not reset.
So, extended defensive pressure by the Bobcats. Hill out on top. Over to Bennett. Couple of guys with 3 fouls for each team. A lot of motion.
And better defense half court here for Cambridge, stopping some of those cuts towards the basket.
Hill, drive to the hoop. Pushed on the runner, didn't get it. Rebound, stick back, left hand up and in. Cade Porter. Bobcats looked like they had that controlled, and Porter came up with it. Flips it back up, and a 2-point lead. Not much scoring in that fourth quarter. 7-6. West End outscoring the Bobcats there to get to overtime. Barnett from the right wing finds Gregg. Back to Barnett. Open 3. Cha-ching! Hit too early. And then a long drought, and the Bobcats on top now, 51-52. Bennett across the timeline, down the lane. Looks back out on top. Finds Hill. Pull up from the jump from the free throw line, and that jumper's good for Connor Hill. He's missed a bunch from that spot. Ogle open the other way. Missed it once, got it back, puts it back up, gets it again a third time, and this one will take him to the line. Smith believing he had nothing but ball. And it will be a Carter Smith foul. The 5th on the team, his 3rd. And Ogle to the line will shoot 2. Drops the first one in to tie it up. 53-53. Deontay Jones will check in for Humco Green. Ogle will get another chance here. Try to break the 53 deadlock. And short of the mark. Pulled down by Smith. He's got to be coming up on 20 rebounds tonight.
He has been a force inside, and not that to doubt his effort, but it's been that was a travel.
Travel or a foul. They're going to call the foul.
Yeah. Mostly because of the lack of boxing out against Smith early in the first half.
Hill on the drive that time. Cut off on the baseline, fouled Smith, and he got fouled by Rogers. That's his 4th I have, and 5th on the Bobcats, and sends Carter Smith to the line to shoot 2. And he cannot connect on the first one. He was 2 of 4 to that point. Bobcats playing a little offense defense here. Humco Green back in. Smith's 2nd free throw. And that one rattles its way down. 54-53 Tornadoes, 2:20 left here in overtime. Silas Bailey has checked in. And back into that 1-2-2 half-court defense. Bobcats down a point. They've got to find a way to attack this defense.
Yeah, and again, the open spot's going to be around that foul line where Ogle was earlier, and they tried to get it to him.
Skip pass across to Gregg. In the corner, Humco Green. Back out on top. Cats work the perimeter. 1:51 to go. Humco Green. Skip pass across to Barnett. Looked at the 3. Gets it back. He'll take it here from the corner. In and out, no good. Rebound by Ogle. Takes it right back up. Got foul on the way, no call. And they're going to say he just shot it out of bounds and wasn't touched by the defense. That looked odd, but that's the call. No foul. Just completely missed everything. A 1-point lead for the Tornadoes with 1:37 to go. Both teams making a little offense-defense substitution. The Cats will pick up full court. Gregg and Barnett trying to trap the ball. Pass over the top to Porter. Back to Hill. Trapped at half court, and Ogle gets the steal. Over to Barnett. And he won't attack. I thought he could have taken it all the way right there.
I would definitely attack here and try to get a quick shot because you're going to want to shoot more than once here. If you could waste too much time, you're only going to get one shot off.
And the Bobcats will take a timeout. They've got 2. Scoreboard says they have 2.
1, 2, 3. I've got them with 1 left.
Yeah, and the scoreboard has the Tornadoes with none.
That's correct.
You don't get any extras in overtime. This isn't like the NFL, huh?
No.
My fantasy team would appreciate having a timeout.
Well, I tell you what, I looked at that last night. 75 points on my fantasy team just from last night's game. Most points in the league, and I'm in 5th place. How's that happen?
I don't know. That's skill, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
So let's reset here. 54-53. Both teams in the double free throw bonus at this point. Bobcats trail by 1, have the ball, have a timeout. You can be sure since West End has come out in this 1-2-2 zone, Cambridge has been stymied on how to attack it. In the second half, the Bobcats have made 1 3 and then 1 in overtime after making 8 in the first half. It's been an entirely different team shooting the ball. The one thing that I've noted here, and I'm sure you'll probably concur, is Josiah Barnett has not been to the line tonight, but he's the one guy for the Cats who has the ability to create a shot and get there or get it to the hole. And he hasn't done that all night.
And was a 65% free throw shooter last year.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's your best free throw shooter coming back. And again, he's the best guy to get to the rim, as you mentioned. So really surprising that aspect as well. I don't think you're going to see it now if they're going to stay in that zone either. But they're coming back out. Looks like a man now.
Either a man or a 2-3 matchup. They're going to go man.
Oh, it's man because
it is man.
Hill's not even looking at the ball.
Barnett.
He's chasing Barnett everywhere.
Comes out and takes it away. Could have been a call right there. Barnett with a shove off on Hill. Homko Green to Rogers. 51 on the clock and counting. Cats down a point.
I'd try to get a shot off here quick. They're just going to wait for one shot.
To the high post. Ogle looks the backdoor cut. Rogers has it with the backdoor lay-in. Reagan Rogers gives the Cats a 1-point lead, 30 on the game clock. No timeouts for West End. Down the lane, and they're going to call the foul on Barnett. It looked like Hill just slipped, but now they're going to say Barnett actually fouled him, and that's going to send Hill to the line to shoot 2, and he's been deadly there tonight. With Cambridge on top by 1.
Yeah, you don't want Hill to be able to take his time here and just knock him down. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line so far tonight.
He will get 2 with 23.8 on the clock, 55-54 Cambridge, and Hill will make it a tie game once again.
And here's the thing. There's no reason to panic here. If he knocks this down, you still got 24 seconds to go down and knock down a shot. So
Don't have
take
to
your
fire
time.
anything up
That's
fast.
right. No reason to rush.
Hill's second free throw rattles its way in, and it's a 1-point lead. West End, 20 on the clock. Barnett with the ball, top of the key to Rogers. And Coach Pertusit will take his final timeout. 1-point lead, Tornado. Boy, we've been here back and forth a couple of times.
Yeah, we have.
Both teams in the bonus. No timeouts remaining. I don't think either way. Scoreboard says 1 for the Bobcats, but I don't think that can be right at all.
No, that was their last one.
Yeah, that was their last one.
You know, defensively, if I'm West End, I'm going to come back out in the zone here. They've switched it up.
Yes, they have.
Switch it up again because you know Coach Pertusit's in there telling them, okay, they were in man. Let's try to isolate and get somebody to the rim. Come out in the 2-3 zone and try to catch them off guard. And if you're Cambridge, you got to be able to recognize it as quick as you can because you've only got 18 seconds, so you can't mess around. Get Ogle at that free throw line, have him square up to the basket because once he squares to the basket, he can get to the rim.
Yeah.
And he's got a soft enough shot that he
Defense
can
comes flying out
absolutely.
at him. Or so, get guys cutting behind him.
There you go. Keep the ball high, square to the rim, and when the other guys collapse on you, you're going to be able to dump it off.
Looks like man-to-man by West End, which is kind of surprising to you and me.
Yep.
Thought the Bobcats would have to live by the 3, die by the 3, and they're going to call a foul.
Well, he was holding him
on
to
the
get
inbounds.
over there.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul.
I mean, he was
on Connor Hill for holding Barnett.
And that'll be some shots, too.
That's going to let Barnett go to the line for his first free throws of the game, and he'll get 2 here to try and put the Bobcats at least tie first and then try for the lead. 18.3 on the game clock.
Well, you got what you wanted. You got Barnett to the free throw line.
He didn't have to work for it much, did he? First one is up and in. Well, that used an awful lot of the iron, which means this one's nothing but net, right?
Yeah. So here's the bad thing is Cambridge still has 18 seconds left to be able to play defense.
They got to defend.
Right.
Second one is up, and that one is good.
And no timeout.
Bobcat lead. Nobody had timeout. This is up to the players here. Bennett, you got to know you're trying to get the ball to Hill. Cats should overplay him, and they do. Bennett continuing to dribble, and they hand it to Hill. Now, well, apparently the scoreboard was wrong. 6.7 to go, and Coach Rinkus calls a timeout that we didn't know existed.
So, again, I want to go to that zone here, man.
Yeah.
I want them to shoot a long
They got to shoot a 3
shot.
Pack it inside.
You're up 1. A 2 beats you anyway.
Yeah.
So why not have them shoot a 3? Because you're not getting another shot.
You don't want to foul anybody.
No.
You certainly don't want to foul Hill.
No,
You know Hill's going to get the ball, and he's going to find a seam.
Yep.
He's done it all night long, try to force his way to the hoop and get to the line.
That's correct.
Because that guy's been money tonight at the line. I've got him 7 of 7.
Yep.
So if there's anything you do here is you don't foul that guy.
No, definitely not. But, force them to shoot a 3, a contested 3, obviously. But, you've been overplaying the ball so much, and there's been so many backdoor cuts to the rim that have been wide open. Alleviate that issue because that's been killing you all night long. They haven't played zone yet, so I don't think they're going to do it now. But to guarantee an outside shot, a long-range shot, your zone's going to be your best option.
(57-56) Bobcats. Opening game for both teams with 6.7 seconds to go. That will be inbound from the sideline right down in front of us. And Kyle Porter on the inbounds here. So Hill's been the guy on the toss-in most of the time tonight.
Yeah, they'll bring him up top here, I would guess, off of a pick by Porter.
Trying to get it into Cade Porter. They do. He finds Smith over to Hill. He'll take it all the way in. No call. They're going to call the foul.
There's a whistle.
Hill got deep to the basket, tried to force his way through defenders. I was looking for the travel call. That's what we said. You can't let Hill have the ball and head into the basket. And he got deep to the basket that time and tried to split 2 defenders. And they're going to say held on the way up.
And
I didn't even hear who the foul was.
Well, it's got to be Rogers because they're saying it's the 5th foul on somebody. And he's the only one with 4 is what I got.
So time to figure this one out. Rogers will head to the bench. And it appears that Mason Gregg will step in with 1.2 seconds. Cat utilized all the time that they had, and though not a 1-on-1, 2 shots here.
He's getting 2 cracks at it.
Hill has not missed a free throw tonight. Needs 1 to tie, 2 to give his team the lead. And the first one rattles in. Now this one, as the Bobcats will use a substitution to kind of ice him a little. Chance to get it and give the Tornadoes the lead. And he does not. He missed it. Rebound put back by Smith. No good. Double overtime.
I don't know how that happens.
On his only miss at the free throw line tonight. Connor Hill. And we head to double overtime, 57-57. What a night for the opening game for both these teams. You're listening to high school basketball on WILE 97.7, tied at 57. We go to double overtime right after this.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Used to be you'd get it.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, here we go again. 4 minutes on the clock. You have to answer all of these questions in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like a game show. Oh, my goodness. Both these coaches have to be worn out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Players,
we're all worn out.
Players are getting there,
Double
too.
OT on opening night.
57 apiece. Jump ball. Ogle and Smith. West Ham's won most of these, and they'll win another. Bennett. Over to Porter. Back out on top, Kyle Porter from Cade. Down the lane, and Porter will use the right hand to lay it off the glass and in. His first bucket since the third period. 59-57. Man-to-man defense. Bobcats off the high post to Barnett. Ogle back to Barnett with Hill on him. Barnett has just not been able to get loose for anything going through the hoop.
Well, and it's because of this right here. A lot of standing around and people not moving, setting screens and making some cuts to the hole.
Ogle off the high post. Mason Gregg to the foul line, back to Barnett. 3-minute mark. Bobcats being patient. 59-57 and 2:55 to go. Barnett looking for the pick, gets it. Hill trying to draw the foul. Mason Gregg for three. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound by Ogle. Knocked away, loose on the floor. Picked up by Smith. Double dribbled, got away with it there. And Smith will kick it out of bounds. Deontay Jones did everything he could to block him from getting to that ball and trying to save it. So good heads-up play by him. And the Cats will retain possession. Down 2 with 2.5 to go. Gregg, left side to Braden Gregg. Back to Mason.
Here's a little motion. There's some moving. There's some cutting. Some good spacing.
Down the lane. Out of control shot that time by Deontay Jones, and it'll go the other way. Bennett all the way to the lane, down the line. Can't get it to go. Back over to Barnett. Cats dodged the bullet there. Inside feed. Jones got the defense in the air, puts a shot up, no good, but he drew foul. And Deontay Jones will go to the free throw line. 1 of 4 at the line on the night. 59-57, 2:03 to go. Jones in there because of his physical body style.
Yeah, and his aggressive play.
Yeah.
And, that, you know, somebody's going to have to turn it up and be able to create that for the Cats.
And he knocks the first one in. You said he was warming up a little bit after he missed his first three. He's now made a couple, 58-59. Second one here to tie it up with 2:03 to go. Puts it up. Off the back of the rim, battle for the rebound. Comes out to Barnett. And the Bobcats will have another look here, down a point, 2 minutes to go.
And that's just good hustle by Devin Ogle to be able to not give up on that play and get it tipped out so where Barnett could go get it.
Bobcats off the high pick to Barnett. Still no space. Step back three. No good. Rebound on the floor. Tie up there. And the arrow favors the Bobcats. As Deontay Jones and Barnett both to the floor. Got a handle on that one, and the Cats stay alive again in this possession. They're having trouble getting a shot to go down.
Well, I mean, it's hard to get a shot to go down when you're 30 feet away from the basket shooting off balance. You got to get some better looks.
Deontay Jones into Barnett, stolen away by Jones and restolen by Barnett. Check that Hill. Hill and Barnett have gone at it all night long. Now Cade Porter on Barnett with 1:22 to go. And Barnett clearly has kind of been the guy's Bobcats score guy here. He goes to the left hand, missed it. Ogle rebound, stick back. And they're going to say no before the shot. And Ogle's just so strong in there that when he catches it, they're going to say foul on the floor. I didn't hear who the foul was on.
It was on Kyle Porter.
So Porter,
and regardless if it was on the floor or not, we're shooting two.
Fourth
anyway.
up there, and Ogle will head to the line, and he will shoot two. He split on two other occasions, 1 for 2 times. One of the two would tie this game up with 1:14 to go. And the first one is woefully short. Maybe feeling it a little bit there.
Yeah, he was just looked a little uncomfortable. This one looks much better.
A little flatter, but the rebound comes down to the Bobcats. That one stolen by Humco Green, and Cambridge hadn't had many offensive rebounds tonight, but they've had 3 or 4 here.
Yeah.
And the Bobcats would utilize their timeout with 1:05 to go. Obviously, an extra timeout with the overtime session.
That's correct.
So each team able to do that, and you got to believe West End will have one to burn when they need it. 59-58. West End on top. This game way back started with West End leading by 3 at the end of 1, 18-15. Bobcat at halftime, 32-30. And at the end of 3, 43-42. The Tornadoes outscored the Cats 7-6 in the fourth period to make this a 49-all game into overtime. Both teams with 8 points in that first overtime, making it a 57-all game. And here we are, 59-58. Funny how the scoring was hot and heavy early, and it's gotten less and less as the game's gone on.
Yeah, they've gotten more tired as the game has gone on for sure. And that's why you're probably seeing some of those free throws not going down either. Those legs get a little bit wobbly the more you play, and of course you're sitting at that free throw line, you're using your legs, so that causes a lot of issues.
You know, fatigue certainly a factor early in the season. Your legs are gone.
Right. Yep.
Pressure.
And we said no matter how much you practice, it's not the same.
It's not the same
as in game.
It'll be Bobcats ball out of bounds, down a point with 1:05 to go. Ogle into the backcourt to Barnett. And Emmett Hill will battle again. Off the high pick, work to the right, into the corner, Mason Gregg. Back out to Barnett. And around the horn.
I do like how Barnett tried to get to the rim that last possession. Good things happen when you take the ball to the hole.
Hand off, Barnett. Hill trying to split defenders and get to it. On the pick and roll, had a man. Cats get a little lazy with passes, trying to feed it inside. And Ogle did not have good position, Braden Gregg. And Ogle will go to the backcourt. Who are they going to call the foul on here?
Well, it's got to be on West M, I would guess. Ogle didn't touch him.
Ogle underneath went after the ball. And are they going to call Porter with the foul?
I don't know. We're going to see.
No, that's on Ogle.
Call it on Ogle.
We're going to call Ogle with the undercut. His third foul, and that would send a hurting Cade Porter to the line to shoot two. 34 seconds left, 59-58. Porter tonight has been to the line once, missed on 2 free throws.
I thought it was a pretty good effort there by Ogle.
Wow, I did too.
Obviously,
could have called nothing there. It could have called nothing or called it either way. And Porter is 0 for 3 at the line here. So in any event, even if he makes this, the Bobcats down just 2. with 34 seconds to go.
And remember, no timeouts left either.
Timeouts left.
Got to box out here, though. No second shots.
And that one misses everything. So both teams feeling the pressure on free throws here a little bit.
Yep.
As Silas Bailey checks in, and Porter, who's been hurting, I think, since that fourth period.
Yeah, he's gimping around. Coach finally took him out of the game there.
So full court pressure. Cambridge still down a point. Inbounded to Barnett. And Hill will back off of him into the half-court set. Barnett will beat him all the way to the hoop, lay it up short of the rim. Rebound, Ogle sticks it up and in. That's a stick back for you. And the Cats lead it by 1. 20 seconds and counting. Bennett across the timeline to the foul line, kick out. Kyle Porter on the attack, up and underneath. He can't get it to go. And they're going to call the foul on the Bobcats, hitting him in the head, they said. And that one on Ogle, his fourth, is going to send Porter to the line. Kyle tonight, 2 for 2, back in the fourth period, about an hour ago. Puts this one up and in. He just has a nice rhythm, good rotation.
Yep. Nice,
ties this game
shot.
at 60 apiece. 9.8 to go. Plenty of time on a make here for the Bobcats to get it down and get a look. Second one is up. And that one misses. Barnett with the rebound, and he'll race it the other way. Up ahead, trying to get it to a Bobcat teammate. And they're going to call a foul on Barnett, who contested Bennett at half court with 1.5 to go.
Wow.
Boy, I'd like to see replay, but it's hard to tell either way.
He definitely grabbed it.
He
grabbed his arm as he was trying to go towards the basket, but no reason to do that at that point from the almost
Bennett
midcourt.
Has not been to the free throw line tonight. He has made a couple of threes. Either one breaks the deadlock here, and that one was in and then came out. 1.5 seconds left in the game. This one to try to seal the deal for West Muskingum. David Bennett, 6'1" sophomore, puts it up hard off the back of the rim, no good. And the shot at the buzzer will not count. And we are heading to a third overtime. Good thing neither one of these teams has a game tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
60 to 60. One more time. Let's do it again. We'll be back right after this.
Goodness.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Well, I can't believe the shot.
Yeah.
We are live.
We are.
I didn't know that either. Here we go again. OT 3. And both teams get a timeout back. Still in the bonus, which has been good and bad. I mean,
nothing.
Can you believe, though, the Tornadoes in the second overtime went 0 for 6 at the free throw line. We said it would come down to free throw shooting.
Right.
And they had been the better free throw shooting team throughout the game until they got to overtime.
And Cambridge made 4
and the
in
Bobcats
OT.
have made 4 in overtime. They went 1 of 4 in the second overtime. Both teams made a field goal in that overtime. So now we talk about who could foul out. Kyle Porter has 4. 4, I believe, for Devin Ogle.
That's correct. And 4 for Carter Smith.
Carter Smith with 4. So does Ogle stay as aggressive inside as he has been?
Oh, he's going to have to be.
4 minutes left, and again,
this is your last OT.
Toss won by Smith and West End. Bennett out on top and down to Smith, and just like he did before, Carter Smith takes it right to the hole and lays it up and in. 62-60. Opening to both overtimes, they've just taking it right to the hoop and taking the lead. Now the Bobcats playing from behind once again. Barnett off the high pick. Pull up from the right wing. Knocks it down to tie it up. Barnett has not shot the ball well tonight.
Nobody's made 2 big baskets in OT and 2 free throws in OT. One of the OTs.
Kyle Porter. Loose ball on the floor. And Deontay Jones went down after it, touched it last, and it will go back to the Tornadoes. 3:14 left in OT3.
And again, you see the aggressiveness there on the defensive end. Somebody else besides Jones is going to have to step up and turn up that intensity.
Inbound to Porter. He'll get it over to Hill, who's been the guy tonight. Feeds it back to Cade Porter back in the game. Down the lane, Kyle Porter, left hand, no good. Stick back by Smith is good. 64-62. Carter Smith in overtime has, again, been the rebound beast. Aiden Gregg. Back to Barnett, 2:45 in counting. Cambridge down by 2. Trying to get things set up here. Mason Gregg pops out on the wing. Brings it back to the top of the key. Right side. Deontay Jones trying to back his way in, back to Braden Gregg.
And Ogle had a nice seal there. They just missed him.
Barnett again. Off the dribble penetration. Off the glass, no good. Push from behind, not called. Smith definitely shoved Ogle that time. And Deontay Jones with the foul on Cade Porter.
And Jones better be
Porter to the line again.
Jones better be careful. He's going to end up getting a T here.
He's been extremely aggressive when he has gone into foul mode, and he's going to send Porter to the line. Now Porter tonight 0 for 4 at the line. You got to figure if the guy gets enough chances, right?
Right.
2-point lead for the Tornadoes, and he knocked that one in. Gasping for air in obvious pain. 3-point margin with 2:08 to go. And overtime 3, and that one short of the mark. Nobody boxed out. The Cats got lucky.
Sure did. Homko with his 7th rebound tonight.
Barnett with Cambridge down 65-62, 2 to go here in the third overtime. Right side, Homko Green back out to Barnett. As West End settled back into kind of a matchup zone.
Running out of time here. You're going to have to get some shots off. Down 3 with 1:40 to go.
Unless you drop a 3 here, which the Cats have not done well in this second half of the game. Back to Gregg, who was super hot earlier, and now the Cats will burn a timeout as they have become complacent on offense. Beginning of this game, the Bobcats were firing up shots from three-point land like they were getting paid bonus to shoot them. And they made 8 in the first half, 1 in the third period, none in the fourth period. Did make 1 in that first overtime. That was Barnett. But it's also, they've kind of gotten to the point where they're not even looking for that shot, even if they're wide open. Braden Gregg, who was super hot early, hit 3 in a row in the second period. He's just passing the ball around, not looking for his shot. And you wonder if that's by design or just no confidence at this point.
Well, a little bit of both, I would guess, and really more trying just to get the ball to Barnett. Having him make something happen, I think, is what they're defaulting to, which I would not worry about that. I would keep the pressure on him. You're having success inside, and especially this last overtime, taking the ball to the rim. Didn't knock down the shots, but you got the offensive rebounds and got some free throws. So, you can't be complacent and just wait for an outside three-point shot. Now, you've wasted so much time on that possession, you might have to consider shooting a 3 here. I would not still, because there's still plenty of time left. And if you don't make that 3, now you got a chance to go down 5 or 6.
So Silas Bailey checks in here for Cade Porter. And the Bobcats will get it into Braden Gregg. Mason Gregg now. Back to Homko Green. Trying to work Barnett off the ball. They'll feed it to him. Left wing, 3 ball, short of the mark. Rebound tapped out and controlled by West End. Bennett has it into the half-court set. He'll find or try to find Hill if he can. Smith has it at the foul line. Back out, a minute to go.
Yeah, no rush if you're West End.
Ball tapped from behind.
It's out of bounds off the ref.
Yep, touched last by the Bobcats. Barnett got a piece of it, but he touched it last.
I mean, if you're West End, I'm just holding that ball and waiting for him to foul me.
Well, the guy that they need to get it to be Hill. He's on the trigger here. Looking. Going backdoor cut and throws it away.
Nope, timeout.
Oh, my goodness. That timeout happened before he threw the ball in bounds, apparently.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't hear a whistle.
Yep. So now both teams
out of timeout.
Have used the timeout here, but again, if you're West, you had to there. You can't give the ball back to Cambridge without getting the ball in play. So just got to set some screens to get some guys open to be able to get that ball.
So if you're the Bobcats here, you got to identify who you don't want to foul and try to force the ball into a guy's hands that you do want to foul.
Yeah.
I don't imagine Cade Porter, who struggled a little bit of the line, although he did make one the last time down. Let's see if he's back in on this possession. Kyle Porter's been pretty good at the line.
Yeah, you certainly
Connor Hill.
You certainly don't want Hill, and Smith has only missed a couple tonight too. He's missed 3. He's actually 3 of 6. So that might be a guy that you think about if he's on the floor.
Bennett's been the main ball handler a lot tonight, but he hasn't shot free throws well. And if you got to identify a guy to probably try to foul.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 in an overtime. So regardless, you got to play some good half-court defense, right? I mean, there's no reason to get jumpy and foul real quick.
Well, the situation for the Cats is Deontay Jones he's not on the floor, but he's got 4 fouls. Ogle has 4. I've got Barnett with 3.
I've got him with 4.
Yeah, you could be right there. I might have missed one on one of those. They've got Hill on the inbound. Trying to find somebody. Still nobody there. Throws it away. And it will be Bobcat ball. He thought Bailey was going to go into the backcourt and threw it over his head at the scorer's table.
And that's a huge break for Cambridge. No time off the clock, and you get the ball back. Got to go down and score quick. You're either shooting a 3 or going down and scoring quick. You shot a 3 last time. If you'd have shot a 2 and tried to get a better shot last time, now you're only down 2 or 1.
Inside feed to Ogle. He'll go baseline, trying to wrap it around, puts it up, doesn't get it to go, try to tap it out. Smith with yet another rebound. Out ahead to Bennett. He'll feed Smith. Up ahead, Porter. Back to Smith, tied up. And they'll call the jump ball possession, Bobcats.
Yeah, good job by Matthews.
Hustling back, Rylan Matthews got in there and tied it up. So the Cats with 30 seconds, a chance to get, well, now you're into that almost you have to shoot a 3 time.
Well, yeah, if you're going to walk the ball up the floor, too, I guess you're going to have to shoot a 3 now.
24 on the clock.
And Braden Gregg's wide open over there for a 3 ball.
Top of the key, Gregg. They'll step out on him, 17. Barnett in the right corner. He'll put up the 3. In and out, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Stolen away by Barnett, and then they'll call another jump ball with 7.4 to go. This one favoring West Muskingum. So the Bobcats now in desperation mode. You got to come up with a steal and a 3.
Right.
Quickly. And there's the pass over the top, and Bailey won't be able to chase it down. He'll save it in bounds to Mason Gregg. 5 on the clock, up ahead, finds Barnett. 3 from the corner. That would have counted, but does not go. And West Muskingum holds on for the W. 65-62 in triple overtime. Boy, both teams had chances. Bobcats had their looks. West End could have salted this away a lot sooner. Cambridge continued to battle back, but could not make a key basket when needed. In triple overtime tonight, final score, West Muskingum 65, Cambridge 62. We'll take a post-game break. Come back and wrap this one up from Gene Ford Gymnasium right after these messages.
Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative will be giving out over $7,000 in scholarships this year. Graduating seniors whose parents or guardians are members of Guernsey Muskingum are eligible to apply. Visit gmenergy.com for a complete list of rules and applications. The application deadline is Friday, February 2nd, 2024. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, post-game wrap-up here, 65-62 final in favor of West Muskingum. They'll open the season 1-0 Cats, drop the tough home opener, and now 0-1. And well, it was a good game if you watched it with us. Started out like both teams have been playing a lot of basketball, and as the game wore on, it looked like the opening game for both teams at times too.
Sure did.
First period, West End jumped out to an 18-15 lead. Bobcats battled back in the second period, a 17-12 advantage to lead at halftime by 2. Cambridge held a 1-point margin heading into the fourth period, 43-42, and a 7-6 scoring advantage for the Tornadoes. Tied this one up at 49 in regulation. Both teams with chances down the stretch to win it. Got in the first overtime. Cats hit a 3, a couple of free throws by Barnett to hang in there. Looked like the Tornadoes were going to salt it away as Connor Hill went to the line. He hadn't missed a free throw all night, and then has allowed the Bobcat to hang around for overtime number 2. Both teams with opportunities there, but neither able to score more than 2 points. 3 points actually in that first overtime. So we were second overtime. We head to overtime number 3, tied at 60. And the Tornadoes jumped out on top. Carter Smith, a couple of early buckets there in that third overtime. gave the Tornadoes a lead the Bobcats couldn't overcome. Cambridge able to only score one bucket in that third extra period. Josiah Barnett adduced here. Both teams with opportunities, free throws missed. I've got Cambridge, and this is clearly unofficial, but they didn't have many free throw opportunities. But I've got them 6 of 15.
That's what I got. Yep.
And for the Tornadoes, who seemed like they lived at the line tonight, 14 of 27. Does that look like what you have?
From the free throw line, I only have 18 free throws for
you could be right.
West End. They were 6 of 14 in the OT, and they had 9 others.
I have them with 27. Yeah.
Well, we could be wrong. I'm sorry. 9 of 18 was just the second half and overtime.
Yeah, and so in the first half they had a few more in the first half there.
Yep. I've got 22 attempts.
Yeah.
Total. But regardless,
in any event,
they shot the ball much better.
Free throw attempts on account for some of
triple
those
overtime.
now.
There's a lot of chicken scratches here trying to keep track of this.
I'm drawing lines and making extra columns because I'm not ready for this. And
no doubt.
I got so excited I forgot one of our reads tonight. It was every free throw was supposed to be sponsored by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner times 29,000. I think tonight would have been probably appropriate. So I'm sorry for that. It's early in the year. I'm still learning too, I guess. So we'll get used to that.
New rules, new players, new teams, new reads.
New reads, yeah. Thank all of our sponsors tonight, Patrons Buckeye, Doan Ford, WB Green, Valentine Insurance, West 40 Auto, and Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative. We've got a couple of post-game pizzas to give away here too, but we'll get to that here. Scoring tonight for the hometown Bobcat. Josiah Barnett led Cambridge scores with 19. Had 10 in the first period. Then didn't score again till the fourth period, and then led the Bobcats through the overtimes. 11 for Braden Gregg, and he had 9 of those in that second period. He knocked down 3 threes there, and it just seemed like he quit looking at the hoop. And the Cats certainly could have used him a little more there. 8 for Reagan Rogers before he fouled out. 10 for Devin Ogle. Including a 2 of 7 at the line for him. Cats were not proficient at the line tonight, something that was a problem for them last year, and again tonight is something they'll have to continue to work on. So the Cats 10 3-pointers. At 8 of those coming in the first half, only 2 in the second half and overtimes. 6 of 15 at the line for the Tornadoes. 20 points for Connor Hill. He was 8 of 9 at the line. Knocked down a lot of drives to the basket, got to the hoop when he had to, and got to the line often. 14 for Kyle Porter, who hit a couple of key free throws early. Carter Smith, 15 points, scored 4 in the third overtime. Lead all scorers there. 8 for Taven Bender, who hit a couple of threes, and 7 for Cade Porter tonight. Just 1 of 6 at the line, but he made one when it counted in that third overtime to put him on the odd number. So just 2 threes on the night for West M, and I have them with 14 free throws, and that's really where they won the game, outscoring the Cats 14-6 at the line.
Yeah, they have. They didn't take very many threes, as you said. They only shot 6 of them. They made 2, and you talk about the difference between teams. My goodness, Cambridge shot 35 threes, for goodness sakes. 35 in one game, only knocked down 9 of them for 26%, which was real close to where they were at last year too. And you know, had a hot quarter, a cold quarter, and then cold overtimes. Just didn't shoot the ball well at all in overtimes. But they were settling for a lot of shots, right? I mean, and forcing a lot of shots. Well, you're not going to make a lot of those. That's just the way it goes. Cambridge on the night, shooting 40% from 2, 26% from 3, combined 33% overall as a team. Shot the ball 67 times, but they did make 6 of 15 free throws for 40%. So they didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and I think a lot of that is, and really the same thing as last year's team. When you're not the best shooting team, you can't take bad shots. Right? I mean, you have to be able to take more high percentage shots, and Cambridge really didn't do that, especially when you're throwing up 35 threes. That's great when you hit them, But, man, when you're forcing up threes and jump shot threes, not setting your feet, right? And at this level, I mean, let's be honest, most kids at this level have to have their feet set to be able to knock down a three. And, your chances of making those certainly are going to go up with better form. But certainly some things to build on. Turnovers really was one bright area for Cambridge. Now, I did have them for 11 total, but remember, we played 3 overtimes. So, really, we played 6 quarters, for goodness sakes, and only had 11 turnovers. So, they handled the ball okay, but I think that turnover number was down because they settled for a lot of outside shots, and West End really wasn't pressing. They weren't, pressuring the ball full court. So, some things to build on for Cambridge, certainly. Better shot selection is something they're going to have to improve on. I think the defense got a little bit better as the game went on. It wasn't real great, but the boxing out and the rebounding certainly got better. Devin Ogle started to box out and started to do some things inside, and Deontay Jones did a good job of being the aggressor a little bit there as well. But, credit West End. Look, man, losing basically your entire scoring from last year, they came in and didn't bat an eye. It didn't bother them whatsoever. They had guys come up and like Hill that weren't afraid to go to the hole and get to the free throw line. You had Carter Smith with a double-double. I've got him with 18 rebounds. I mean, he played really well inside. But again, a lot of those, when the other team's not boxing you out, you're going to get some rebounds.
Yeah, I didn't expect to have to work this hard on opening night. I thought we might get a little easier one, but it was certainly entertaining if you were here watching tonight, or you get a chance to watch our stream a little later. You're listening to tonight's action on 97.7 WILE and YRP TV, streaming video from yourradioplace.com. Final score again tonight, 65-62. West Muskingum in 3 overtimes. They survive and advance. I want to thank Hayden Francis for our video work tonight, along with Jaron Aber, our on-site producer-director. For John Valentine, I'm Bill Kafuri. Till next time. And, I'm sorry, you're right. I'm glad. It's a good thing you're here tonight.
I was looking at Lock 9 Pizza.
We
need to try it.
We
Let's
do
get
have
some
players
of
of the game.
Here.
Cambridge Player of the Game sponsored by Plus One Pizza. It's Josiah Barnett. He led the Bobcats with 19 points and gave him an opportunity to win this one. And for the Tornadoes from Lock 9 Pizza, they're going to get a certificate for a small item pizza. Connor Hill, 20 points to lead the Tornadoes. Final score again, 65-62, West End on top of the Cats in the lid lifter for both teams. Hey, teams supposed to get the best from game 1 to game 2? We'll find out.
We shall see.
We shall see. Thanks for hanging in there with us tonight. Even you folks in Florida enjoying that nice warm weather.
Whatever.
Not. See you next time. Bill Kafuri. Good night, everyone.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.